In the sacred walls of a Nigerian convent, one young nun's shocking secret shakes the very foundation of faith. Who is behind her mysterious pregnancy, and what dark secrets are hidden in the shadows? Discover the truth and see how she got pregnant in the convent. In the heart of a peaceful Nigerian village, the St. Theresa Convent is revered as a sanctuary of purity and devotion. The nuns, led by the strict but compassionate Mother Superior, are seen as the moral compass of the community. Among them is Sister Adesewa, a young woman whose unwavering faith has earned her respect, both within and beyond the convent walls. Her quiet demeanor and dedication to prayer have made her an example to the other sisters. One early morning, Sister Adesewa collapses during morning prayers. Concerned, the other nuns rush to her aid, but nothing seems visibly wrong. They insist on taking her to the village doctor for a checkup. What follows shakes the very foundation of their world. The doctor reveals that Sister Adesewa is pregnant. The news spreads quickly through the convent, causing shock, confusion, and disbelief. Mother Superior is devastated and demands answers, summoning Sister Adesewa to her office. But when asked how this could have happened, Sister Adesewa, pale and trembling, swears that she has not broken her vows of chastity. She insists that she has never been with a man. Mother Superior is torn between her loyalty to Adesewa, whom she has known since childhood, and the growing pressure from the elders of the village to provide an explanation. As rumors spread, the convent faces increasing scrutiny, with many calling for an investigation into the sacred institution's practices. The elders even suggest that the convent be closed down to prevent further scandal. Meanwhile, Sister Adesewa remains confined to her room, praying for guidance. The other nuns are divided in their feelings. Some believe Adesewa, while others whisper about secret sins and temptations. Sister Adesewa's closest friend, Sister Nkechi, is determined to stand by her, convinced that there must be more to the story. Together, they vow to uncover the truth behind the mysterious pregnancy, even if it means questioning everything they've ever believed. The convent is in turmoil. The mystery of Sister Adesewa's pregnancy deepens, and the quiet walls of St. Theresa no longer feel like a place of peace. There is an unspoken tension in the air as secrets begin to stir and the true test of faith is yet to come. The scandal surrounding Sister Adesewa's mysterious pregnancy weighs heavily on the convent, casting a dark cloud over what was once a sanctuary of peace. As Mother Superior wrestles with the growing unrest, pressure mounts from both the elders and the villagers. An emergency meeting is called at the convent, where the head of the local parish and a few village leaders demand answers. How could this happen within the sacred walls? Father Ikenna asks sternly, his voice filled with disappointment. We need the truth, and we need it now. Sister Adesewa remains firm in her denial, but her pale face and fragile demeanor leave many wondering if she's hiding something. Despite this, her friend Sister Nkechi remains her most loyal ally, convinced that Adesewa is innocent. But how can she explain the pregnancy? Determined to protect her friend and uncover the truth, Sister Nkechi begins her own investigation. She quietly speaks to other nuns, asking if anyone has noticed anything unusual in the past few months. Some mention hearing strange noises at night, footsteps in the hallways when no one is supposed to be awake, whispers that vanish as soon as they're heard. A few sisters recall seeing shadows moving near the chapel at odd hours. Sister Nkechi is determined to uncover the truth and protect her friend. As Nkechi pieces together these small, unsettling clues, a disturbing thought crosses her mind. Could someone have entered the convent under the cover of darkness? Could an outsider have violated their sacred space without them knowing? Her suspicion grows, but she dares not voice it yet. Instead, she keeps a close eye on everyone, hoping to catch any hint of unusual behavior. Meanwhile, Mother Superior grows increasingly distant and cold towards Adesewa, no longer trusting the young nun who had once been her pride. Mother Superior's growing doubts are made worse when the village elders begin spreading rumors that the convent is cursed. Whispers of shutting it down entirely begin circulating, and some of the more superstitious villagers even stop attending church services. As the tension escalates, Sister Adesewa falls into a deep depression, retreating further into her prayers, begging for forgiveness and guidance. Sister Nkechi tries to comfort her, but the weight of the situation makes it hard to stay hopeful. One night, as Nkechi lays awake in bed, she hears it, a faint sound, like footsteps in the corridor outside her room. Her heart races as she sits up, straining to listen. The footsteps stop for a moment, and then, without warning, they continue, louder this time, heading towards the back of the convent where the chapel is located. Nkechi quietly slips out of bed and follows the sound, her hands trembling with fear. As she reaches the hallway, she spots a figure, cloaked in darkness, moving swiftly towards the chapel doors. The figure disappears inside before Nkechi can get a better look, leaving her to wonder who it could be. With her heart pounding, Nkechi hesitates but knows that this may be the break she needs. She approaches the chapel door slowly, unsure of what she might find behind it. She opens the door slightly, peeking through the crack. But just as she's about to see something, a hand grabs her from behind, pulling her into the shadows. Sister Nkechi's breath catches in her throat as a strong hand pulls her back into the shadows. She struggles for a moment, fear paralyzing her, until she hears a familiar voice whisper urgently, "It's me, Sister Nkechi. Be silent." It's Brother Ugo, one of the few men allowed into the convent grounds as a caretaker. His face is pale, his eyes darting nervously around the dimly lit hallway. Nkechi relaxes slightly but remains wary. Why would Brother Ugo be sneaking around the chapel in the dead of night? "Why are you here, Brother Ugo? What are you doing?" Nkechi whispers, her heart still pounding. Brother Ugo hesitates for a moment, his eyes filled with uncertainty, but then he leans closer, his voice barely above a whisper. "I've been watching. I know something you don't. But we must be careful. There are eyes everywhere." Before Nkechi can press him for answers, the sound of footsteps echoes again, this time louder and coming from the opposite direction. Ugo tenses and gestures for her to follow him. Together they slip through a narrow side passage, disappearing into the shadows before anyone can spot them. Ugo leads Nkechi to a small storage room near the back of the convent, locking the door behind them. The room is cluttered with old furniture and dusty relics, but it offers a safe place to talk. Nkechi, still shaken, demands answers. "Brother Ugo, you must tell me what's going on. I saw someone go into the chapel. I know something is not right here." Ugo's face tightens with fear, but he nods, clearly torn between loyalty and fear. "There are things happening in this convent that no one knows about, dark things. Sister Adesewa's pregnancy is not the first scandal within these walls. Others have suffered the same fate before her, but their stories were silenced." Nkechi's eyes widen in disbelief. "What are you saying? That this has happened before? How?" Ugo leans in closer, his voice trembling. "There is someone in this convent, someone with power, who moves in the shadows. They have been taking advantage of the sisters for years, but no one dares speak out. Those who know the truth either disappear, or are forced to leave in shame." The weight of Ugo's words hits Nkechi like a storm. She realizes now that Sister Adesewa's situation may be part of a larger, more sinister plot. But who could it be? And why would they do this? Nkechi's mind races. Who is responsible for this, do you know? Before Ugo can answer, a loud bang echoes from outside the storage room, and both of them freeze. Someone is outside, searching for them. Ugo motions for silence, and they hold their breath as the footsteps grow nearer. Whoever is out there lingers for a moment, then moves on, leaving the two in tense silence. "We don't have much time," Ugo whispers. "The person responsible is highly respected, someone no one would ever suspect. You must be careful, Sister Nkechi. If they find out you're investigating, you'll be the next to suffer." Nkechi's mind spins, but she knows she can't stop now. The stakes are too high. She has to protect Sister Adesewa and uncover the truth, no matter the danger. With renewed determination, Nkechi thanks Brother Ugo for his warning and vows to be careful. But deep down, she knows the time for caution is running out. Whoever is behind these terrible acts will stop at nothing to protect their secret. As Nkechi prepares to leave the room, Ugo grasps her arm one last time. "Be careful of the one who smiles the most, sister. Their smile hides the darkest intentions." Nkechi quietly slipping back into the convent halls, her mind filled with suspicion. Sister Nkechi moves through the darkened halls of the convent with a new sense of urgency. Brother Ugo's words haunt her, "Be careful of the one who smiles the most." She now suspects that someone within the convent, possibly someone close, is behind Sister Adesewa's pregnancy and the other unspeakable acts hidden in these walls. But who? The next morning, Mother Superior announces that a formal inquiry into Sister Adesewa's pregnancy will take place. The parish priest, Father Ikenna, will oversee the investigation, and the village elders are invited to attend. The news spreads quickly, and tension grows as the sisters gather in the chapel. As the inquiry begins, Father Ikenna asks Adesewa to recount her story once again. Tearfully, she repeats that she has not broken her vows of chastity, and though her words are sincere, the air is heavy with disbelief. Nkechi watches closely, her eyes darting around the room. She notices subtle shifts, nervous glances exchanged between some of the sisters, whispers behind hands. But it's the calm, smiling face of Mother Superior that catches her attention. Her smile never wavers, even in the midst of the chaos. Nkechi's heart races. Could it be her? Summoning her courage, Nkechi steps forward and asks to speak. She tells the gathered crowd that she believes there's someone within the convent who is taking advantage of the sisters, and that Sister Adesewa is not the first victim. Her words cause an uproar, with the nuns gasping and the elders whispering among themselves. Father Ikenna demands to know more, and Nkechi reveals everything Brother Ugo told her: the footsteps in the night, the mysterious figure entering the chapel, and the previous scandals that were silenced. At first, the crowd is skeptical, but Nkechi stands firm, insisting that the truth must come out. Just then, Brother Ugo enters the chapel, visibly shaken. "It's time," he says, his voice barely steady. "It's time everyone knows." He points directly at Mother Superior. Gasps fill the room as Mother Superior's calm demeanor begins to crack. Father Ikenna turns to her, his voice trembling with anger. "Mother Superior, what is the meaning of this?" Mother Superior's smile fades. She tries to maintain her composure, but the weight of the accusations proves too much. In a desperate attempt to defend herself, she admits that she has been involved in covering up the misdeeds within the convent, but claims she did it to protect the reputation of the church. However, the truth soon unravels. Mother Superior had been orchestrating the abuse of power within the convent for years, using her influence and status to manipulate the sisters, including Sister Adesewa, for her own dark purposes. The revelation sends shockwaves through the chapel. The village elders, stunned and furious, demand that Mother Superior be removed from her position immediately. The church launches a full investigation into the convent, and Mother Superior is arrested for her crimes. the convent, once a place of peace, is now exposed as a house of secrets and betrayal. Sister Adesewa, though heartbroken by the betrayal, is comforted by Nkechi, who stood by her side until the end. The village elders apologize for doubting her, and Adesewa begins to heal, knowing that the truth has finally come to light. The story of See How She Got Pregnant in the Convent serves as a powerful reminder that secrets, no matter how deeply buried, will eventually come to light. Corruption and abuse of power thrive in silence, but courage, truth, and persistence can bring justice. It also highlights the importance of standing up for the vulnerable and speaking out against wrongdoing, even in places considered sacred. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more African tales that teach valuable life lessons. Let's spread awareness and always seek the truth, no matter how difficult it may be. Your voice matters. Speak up for justice.